Well, hi folks, this is Darren with My RV Works. We're in Port Angeles today and we're working on Alan's brand new RV. Just picked this thing up and drove up to Port Angeles to have us do some work on it. And what we're doing specifically is he's got two Coleman Mach 8 air conditioners, one in the rear and one forward. And he's got these EasyStart, MicroAir EasyStart soft starters. I'm calling them soft starters, but they're advanced soft starter. And I'll put a link in the description below. And what this is going to do to his air conditioner is it's going to allow him to, well, let me just pause for a second and talk about, well, a couple things actually. Let me actually get comfortable and we'll do a little talk here. So this is my esteemed colleague Dakota. He's going to help us out here. So there's quite a few videos on the web already where people are installing these. So this will be Darren's version of this. Maybe better, maybe worse, I don't know. But MicroAir even has their own video on installing this on an air conditioner. So I recommend you watch those to get information on this. Basically, all I'm going to be doing is installing it on a Mach 8, Coleman Mach 8. So you'll hear a little, maybe I do things a little differently. I don't know, but that's the video. What's going on with this? My explanation. On your air conditioner, there is an LRA nameplate. Every air conditioner is different, but what that is locked rotor amps. And the question is, well, I want to start my air conditioner on a generator. How big does my generator need to be? Well, you go to that sticker and it's going to say LRA, and you take that sticker and you take 1 to 2/3 of that value, maybe favoring 2/3 of that value, and that should be the size generator that you would typically need to start your air conditioner. A lot of times air conditioners will run because they only consume 10 amps, but to start it, it might take several amplitudes more of that available amperage to get it started. So what we have with these soft starters, what MicroAir has come up with, is a way to put on a soft starter. And so instead of it being a peak, you know, so your air conditioner is going to start, go way high, and then it's just going to gradually ramp itself up. My background is I'm an industrial engineer, worked a lot in industrial settings, and we've used soft starters and variable frequency drives on all kinds of things. Most recently, I was automating airport baggage systems at international airports. Right before this guy was born. When he was born, I resigned from that, and I have no regrets. I changed big 6-figure salary to go change some diapers. But luckily, we're out of that now. Now we're into YouTube and gaming, right? So that has nothing to do with the video. But so we have been using soft starters and variable frequency drives in industry motors, 3-phase motors for, gosh, I was putting them in greenhouses in '97. So I was glad to see that this was a product that was available for air conditioners. If MicroAir didn't come out with it, I was going to do it myself and enter these onto the market. Anyway, where am I going with this thing? Let's get busy. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to install this. Now this takes the place of a start capacitor. So instead of the start capacitor giving it that big surge of energy, this is going to ramp it up. So we're going to follow the directions on what we're going to do. It's not that complicated, folks. There's 4 wires, a white, a brown, a black, and an orange. And we're just going to follow the directions just like they say. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. I am going to basically attach this just a little bit differently than what they recommend. We're going to take the recommendation, we're going to just add to that. And other than that, it's going to be pretty straightforward and how we're going to install this. So enough on the intro, let's get busy. Okay, so all I've done is I've taken the cover off. This is the newer style Coleman Mach 8. And where we're going to be making our connections is in this box right down here. Within this box is going to be a lot of, basically it's a terminal block. And if you have the newer style Coleman Mach 8, this fan's in the way. The older style Coleman Mach 8, there was a screw, it's a T25 Torx head screw that you would just remove the fan blade to get to your box. With this newer style, there's 3 little bolts that we're going to take off and just pick this whole thing, this whole fan up. But before we do that, there's these tie wraps over here that we're going to snip off. No big deal, we have new tie wraps that we are going to be reinstalling when we're done, and you'll see why we do that in a minute. Now I'm going to take a, what is this, a 3/8 socket on an extension right there, and okay, 3 of those. All right, Dakota, here's your job. Take this magnet, extend it out a little bit, and you can pick up the pieces that I just dropped in there. Okay, so Dakota will grab a magnet. There's one over there, you'll see them all. And when I lift this up, those little washers will come off. Okay, there we go. Now, the reason we cut those original tie wraps is to give me some length here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. Hopefully it's not too much in my way. All right, now these will go in that magnetic tray, buddy, right here. So here's our magnetic tray. And I've got two right over here. I'll get those. Okay, so you got, yeah, everybody's accounted for. Perfect. Okay, so we've cut our tie wraps and we've moved our fan. Now we're here. Oh, make sure power is disconnected, please. It's out in the middle of nowhere. There's no power for it at all. So now we take the cover off. This is going to be our wiring schematic. You can follow along. I'll make a link below for the Coleman Mach 8 on this. And if you're comfortable with the schematics, you can follow along, or you could just read the handy description that they provide in their manual on what to do with all the wires. So because I'm going to put a link to that below, and because I know you're going to read that, I'm going to go. You don't need to see me read stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get busy installing, because I have already done my homework and I've already read it. So where I'm going to install this unit, this MicroAir EasyStart, is I'm going to put it about right in here. Okay. Now, and then I'm going to feed this in through this hole right here. But I need to make sure on the bottom of my fan I have these cross braces. So I want to make sure that I don't hit anything. Beauty. Okay. Okay, so that's a good spot right there. That's where I like that. Okay, so I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm just going to make a little dot where I want this to go. Okay. Maybe one on this side. I can't get in there. It'll cut you on these fins. Okay. Yay. Okay. And now I'm going to drill through. This is the part that, oh my gosh, you have got to be so careful when you do this. Please, please, please be very careful. All we're wanting to do is drill through the bottom base pan here. So I'm going to take a little center punch and kind of get me a starter hole. Very slow on the trigger. All I want to do is go through the fiberglass. I don't want to go any farther than that. You've got to be so careful, guys. I'm serious. Don't go through your roof, please. Okay, we have breakthrough, and I'm right there, okay? There's one of them. All right. And I want to align, because what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to double side tape this, which is what they say to do, but I'm also going to run a tie wrap around and through. Does that make sense? It'll make sense in here in just a minute. Now I'm using the ear of this to align that hole, if that makes sense. Okay, and I'm being very careful with my trigger. I don't want to go that fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Okay, there's two of them. Okay, there's two. Beauty. Okay, and let's get this guy started. So I'm going to brace my arm right here to hold the drill. Okay. 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole. Beautiful, beautiful. And then my last one right here. Okay. So I'm going to take a tie wrap like this, really long. Okay. cabinet 1, 2, 3, cabinet L6. There's a red bin. It's got a bag in it, and in that bag is long tie wraps like this. Bring me like 3, please. So what I'm going to do with these tie wraps that Dakota's going to go get for us is I'm going to kind of bend the end just a little bit, okay? Just not a lot, just a little bit. And then we're going to go fishing, okay? So if you're good, let's see if I'm good today. Let's see if anybody, oh wait, before I do that, I need to, we're going to clean that. So they send a kit. I got a kit here somewhere. So MicroAir sends a kit, and it's got, you know, all the connectors. We're going to use some of these connectors, okay? Here's your part number. EasyStart Installator Kit. That it says 364 RT2, okay? So, but I'm going to use this alcohol and this paper towel. Okay, and we're going to clean that with alcohol really, really well, and also right here really, really well. Okay, because I'm about to use 3M's double-sided outdoor sticky tape, foam tape is what I'm trying to say here, and I want to make sure it's going to stick. Okay, and even with its best intentions, sometimes after, I might be out of the shot, but anyway. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting this, the tape they send is wonderful tape. I love their tape. I like mine better. And I don't know that they send me this much. So I don't want this thing to move. So what we're doing, I'll be a little bit more generous with in the tape. So they send us these little pads, and that's great. These little pads here in the tape. I went with a little bit longer. Now here's a little trade craft. I've been having a hell of a time getting these things started. So you take a razor blade and kind of slide it right under. See, wasn't that easy? That was a lot easier. Got a helicopter flying overhead. Might be our U.S. Coast Guard. We'll take a look here in a second. Oh, it's 2 Blackhawks. Okay. Now, I'm going to say this. Those helicopters just made me remember something. As we're doing this up here, it's Labor Day weekend for us up here in Port Angeles. And right now, you got that Hurricane Darian or something. That's, as of this morning, it's changed course, they think. So our thoughts up here in Port Angeles, Washington on the peninsula, I mean, we got beautiful weather, but our thoughts are with you guys down there. So please be safe. I grew up in Louisiana. We've been through a lot of hurricanes, and but just whatever you do, don't do something stupid, okay? But I just wanted you guys to know that our thoughts are with you down there. And I hope that no one loses their RV. And but anyway, by the time we actually publish this video, I'm sure the hurricane will have done what it's doing. But as of right now, it is there we go. I don't multitask. If you've watched my videos, if I'm talking, I'm not working. If I'm working, I'm not talking. So tell me yourself. Not the whole bag, just one. I just need one. Bring the bag back. No, I'm just playing. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so so what am I doing here? So I drilled holes very carefully, not through the roof, and I've got these long tie wraps, and I'm going to feed it under. I think you understand what I'm trying to do here, and if you do, there it is. Oh my gosh, there it is. We're gonna go fishing today. So if you put that little hook in it, you'll see it'll go in and under, right? And if not, you'll be frustrated. You're like, what the hell is Darren talking about? So basically, this is what I'm going to do, because I don't want to put screws into this thing, because I don't want it to do anything to hurt the roof. So, so let's see if we can go lucky. So what I'm going to do is, see, it's straight. I'm going to put a little bit of a bend to it, about like that. Okay. Maybe like that. And then I'm going to feed it in the hole and try to get it to come out the other side. Make you sensey? And It's really bright and it's really dark and I can't see what I'm doing. All right, I got lucky the first time. Let's see if I can get lucky the second time. Oh, I know what happened. Shoot. The reason I'm having a hard time, there's a foam thing right here. That's what's going on. Okay, so be advised, guys, if you have the Coleman Mach 8, there's a foam pad on the bottom of this pan, and that's what I am into right there. So that's not gonna work. Okay, well, I do have one, and that should keep it honest. That'll keep it from flopping around in here. Okay, so we'll go with one. Now what I'm gonna do, okay, so that's secured. Why'd you put it there, Darren? Well, because that's where the manual recommended it. Good enough answer for me. And we're gonna take this cord. Now over here, there is a grommet, if you will, where the compressor wires are coming through. So I'm gonna feed this into that same hole. They do offer, in their kit, they have another grommet, and you could drill a hole, but I think we could get this through here. The goal is get the wire inside. There's a shot of the back of my head, I'm sure. Okay, we're in. Yeah, the helicopters made me think of what's going on in Florida and Georgia and North Carolina. So, like I said, our thoughts are with you guys. Okay, now, another thing I'm going to do is I want to put a little bit of a strain relief on this. So I've got one of these tie wraps that's got the eyelet on it, okay? And I am just going to put him, Dakota, when I'm talking, why is everything a him? Could be an it, could be a her. All right. Change my bit to so okay, so I have this eyelet here, right here, that I just put around there. So all I'm gonna do is just anchor it. There's nothing behind this plate, so I'm okay drilling through that. All right, we're gonna put him right there. There we go. That's just a little bit of a strain relief to keep the cord honest. Prevent him from moving where we don't want him to, okay? If you're feeling froggy, you could shorten these, but I don't think we need to. I think I'm just going to dress them up a little bit, kind of lose some of the length in the box, if you will, okay? And we'll just go right there, put this on it to keep it, there we go. Okay, so, oh, let me cut the tail off that thing. Okay. Some folks have been asking about tools, so in the description I'll put links to all the tools I'm using. Okay, now, let's start with the white wire. Well, why are you going to start with the white wire? Because in the directions, they start with the white wire. So this white wire, you come over here. Wait, you start with the blue wire, brown wire. Brown wire, let's start with the brown wire. So the brown wire, forget I said white, where's the kit? Here, there's a little plastic bag. It looks like this. It looks just like this. Have you seen it? It looks exactly like this. So we're gonna go into this kit here and,
If it looks exactly like that, why is it not it?
I think you have something here. I think I may have found it. So these tie wraps we'll use when we put the fan back. So I'm gonna put those there. And now do not let these float away. So we're going to take, this is where the white wire comes in. So the white wire to the compressor, I can't stress enough to follow the directions on this, okay, please. Okay, so grab these by the connector, not the wire. So this white wire here is going to connect to this and go to my brown wire here. Okay. are. Make sure I get the wire. Good. Okay, let's do another one right there. Okay. So the brown wire from the MicroAir connects to the white wire that goes to the compressor. Okay. Bam. Done. Okay, we are almost done. If I wasn't explaining, I would have been done by now. These don't take long, and they are amazing. Okay, now the white wire from the MicroAir, anybody, is going to go to where the white wire just unplugged from. Does that make sense? So the brown wire became the white wire. And, okay. Which side's skinny? There he is. Okay, we're going to go here. Get everybody happy. I see my wire. He's hit his little stopper. Bam. Okay. This little jewel then goes where the white wire just came off of. Okay. So we had a white wire to the compressor. I've unplugged the white wire from the compressor. Used my connector, connected the white wire that goes to the compressor, the brown wire to the MicroAir, and then the white wire to the MicroAir went back where the white wire went. Does all that make sense? Good. Okay. So we're done with the white wire. That leaves black and orange. Okay, we'll do black next because he's kind of easy. Orange is a little bit more complicated. So with this little jewel, we're going to connect, looking for this guy right here. So we're going to use black next. Okay. Oh, you were awesome. Thank you. Hey, I'm going to invoice you for that. I'm going to invoice you for all that. Now, this black wire, if you look in here, I'm looking for the purple wire. The purple wire starts the show, okay? So on your schematic, if you were to look at your schematic, this thing is dead until I get energy on my purple wire, okay? So MicroAir needs to get that signal as well. So we're going to come through here, and we're going to connect this black wire. On this Coleman Mach 8, I've got one more terminal available. So I'm going to connect my black wire to MicroAir to this, I'm going to call it a terminal bus or whatever, so that when the purple wire goes hot, that's going to wake up the MicroAir. Okay? So we've done our MicroAir neutral, we've done our MicroAir plus, if you will, and now we've got our brown wires. That leaves the orange wire. Now, here's where it gets complicated. This thing is a PTCR. It's basically a fancy thermistor. Where is my... See, I put everything back where it goes. Oh, they're right here in front of me. Nope. We're going to pull this PTCR off. Okay, we don't need him anymore. All right, he is out of here. We do not need this any longer. Okay. So we're going to unplug the PTCR and we're going to put this right back on the terminal that it came from. Okay. Now the other red. Okay, so yours you should follow along with. It should make sense on this. If you have your Coleman Mach 8 on your deal, it says PTCR, and all I've done is I've unplugged. Let me show you. I'm going a little fast here. See, if you look here, it's got the piggyback kind of connector on it. Okay. So this was already on the PTCR. So I took the PTCR out and I'm going to plug him right back into where he came from. Now the other end of that was this red wire right here. So this red wire is going to come over here. I don't know if it's in the shot. There's a start capacitor over here. So we need to get him out of there. Okay. So we are going to cut that end off. Oh my gosh, Darren, you just cut a wire. And then we're going to find this yellow wire. Missing a tool. It's buried under my other tools. So we're over here. I don't know if you're in the shot, but over here on these Coleman Mach 8s, the newer version, is where all their capacitors are. And so here we have one that's got the red and the yellow wire on it, and that's what we need to totally remove. We're totally taking that out. Why are we taking that out? Well, because we're going to be putting in the MicroAir, okay? And let me get this guy and this guy. I'm going to loosen this a little bit. to get this out. Okay, we don't need this guy anymore. He's out of here. Okay. Okay, if we didn't have the MicroAir, we would need it. But so I'm going to pull the red, the one. See how that red's moving right there? That's the one I just cut. So he's coming with me. Okay, and then this yellow, he's this one right here. I see him moving, and he's this guy right here. Okay, we pulled him out of the thing. We're going to cut the end off so that I can pull him out. So here we have the start capacitor. It's the one with the red and yellow wires. So he is now history. We do not need him at all. And nor do we need this PTCR device. So these two devices come out and your MicroAir goes in its place. Okay, so we're gonna get those out of the equation. Okay. And then this orange wire goes right here where the PTCR was. I need, they have a piggyback, there it is. Too small. Where is it? Too small. I need, okay, this one should work. Yes, I see it through the top. Okay. Now I have to use this because it's got that collar on it. Okay. So this goes in its place. Right. Yay, that's beautiful. We pull on everybody, make sure they're happy. So this looks good. Vibration's not, we're done in here. Okay, we did our wiring. The white from the compressor goes to the brown on the EasyStart. And then the white on the EasyStart goes to where the white came from the compressor. So the brown and the white kind of get changed around a little bit. The black, so that takes care of 2 of the 4 wires on the EasyStart. Black is going to go where the purple goes. Orange, you pull out the PTCR, you pull out your start capacitor, and plug orange back in here. You're done in here, right? So now we can put our cover back on. So it really is that simple. Don't be intimidated by it. Now all we have out here in the field is generators, and so I don't want to. It'll run. The thing with the soft start is the first 5 starts it's learning itself, and they really recommend connecting it to utility power. And I don't have that available where I'm at right now. So you know what, Dakota? After all that, we didn't need these. Didn't need them because there's a foam block right there. But what I am going to do is, since I took out that start capacitor from here, I want to keep this guy honest. The start capacitor had this guy wedged in. And so I'm going to just put a tie wrap on that. Where's my cutters? Oh, I need those. Thank you. What are you doing to them? You're cutting wire? Are you mad? All right, here you go. All right, that just keeps him honest. And I then am gonna start working my way backwards. So see, that didn't take long at all. It took me longer to explain and to talk than the actual job itself took. Okay, I need him again. I'm gonna need him a lot here actually in the next few minutes. Okay, now we'll put the fan back. Ooh, I got a groovy trick I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, where's my foot? Go there, okay, there we go. Okay, a groovy trick. There we are. Okay, here is my groovy trick. The question is, how do you get the washer and the nut onto these little screws that stick up? Enter ye ol' magnet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see I've offset that washer just a little bit. I'll do one. I know this works. I do it all the time. And I see the problem. You need to get it so it's right on the edge. Like that. Wait for it. Ah. Or you can get somebody with small hands. Here, Dakota, here's a job for you. These little washers need to go down on top of all these studs. This does work. You work on that side, I'll work on this side. And if you feel froggy, you can put the, wait, I'm gonna move this way, there we go. I'm having a thought here. Yay, it worked, okay. There we go. And then, you take these on the magnet, you know what I'm doing. It just gets it started. My hands are too big to fit in there. Okay, so what that did was that just seated everybody so that we can actually hit it now. Yay. Yay. Okay, and then that leaves a couple tie wraps over here. We might start the generators and start the air conditioners, but there's other videos, guys, that show this thing starting up. I just wanted to show you my version of installing this on a Coleman Mach 8. And so now we've got our tie wraps back on here. Everything's all buttoned up. Everything's nice and tight. We've got everybody happy, and our fan is secure. Our MicroStart's installed. Our wiring's good. And so that's basically installing a MicroStart. And so let me gather all these things up and put the cover back on. And okay. And I'm gonna put the cover back on. So I hope that was valuable to you guys. If it was, give us a thumb up. Subscribe to our channel. You can even do like Alan did here, and he actually came up to Port Angeles to have us do this work for him. And we had a guy the other day come up to this area. So hey, if you're in the area, there's plenty of campgrounds in the area. Now, this being Labor Day weekend, you're going to have a hard time finding a campground in the area. But yeah, we're happy to help you guys out. And it'll make your RV a movie star too. But yeah, hey, if this was helpful, give us a thumb up, subscribe to our channel. If you like this kind of stuff, it's My RV Works on the YouTube. I'm trying to get this last guy to align for me. And Happy Camper, say My RV Works. So I'm going to tighten these up. So this is Darren from My RV Works in Port Angeles, Washington, working on Alan's RV. It's a really nice one. And he's now got 2 MicroAir soft starters on his air conditioners. So, yay!